I was just talking about Michael Jackson because last year we had a book signing event for one of our board members, Gloria Berlin. And Gloria Berlin is the realtor who actually sold Michael Jackson Neverland Ranch. And she wrote a book called Michael Jackson in Search of Neverland. And at the beginning of that book, in the foreword, there is a dedication to the Rose Breast Cancer Society. So I'm so thrilled that she's acknowledged us, and the book is going to go to Japan and many places. And so, you know, that will help give us more visibility for what we're doing. But the most interesting phenomenon that happened was at that time, it seems like people who were connected to Michael Jackson sort of surfaced. Because at that book signing, we wound up with his bodyguard, Morris Williams, who also was at the last event that we just had, the 13th Annual Roserati Art Show, and he was so lovely, him and his wife. And, I mean, you know, to come out and be a part of it. And the photographer, Michael's photographer, showed up and took photographs, and his publicist was there. I mean, you know, and Catherine knew we were doing this kind of a tribute, in a sense, indirectly to Michael, because the publicist said that Catherine was very happy to know how loved her son was, and that we were doing what we were doing, you know, as part of that. And Gloria mentioned about how spiritual Michael was, and how that when she sold him the ranch, that they would go around to all the trees, and Michael would climb up in the tree, and she said that he would bless all of the trees. You know, he was such a spiritual person, and as you know, he was an environmentalist. You know, he wanted to try to help save the world, save the trees and nature, you know, for the world. And we just wound up with many other connections that are significant, including the symbol of the seven. And this is a painting that I did for that particular occasion. And it's what is called an assemblage style painting. In other words, it's not just a painting, there are items that are attached to it. As I was coming along in the 60s, I think that's when I began my love for collage. There was an artist who lived in my neighborhood, and he had a big space, and he used to invite the kids to come in and look at his art. And he had a collage style of doing things. And there was a big exhibit at the Barnsdale Art Gallery, which is the municipal art gallery in Hollywood. And I saw some more collage style art where, you know, magazines or whatever are assembled together to make a work of art. And I was always fascinated. I like to touch things and, you know, not just make a painting, but always wanted to add something to the canvas so it would come out at you, you know. So that's the way I started to do that style back in the 60s. And this is pretty much an extension of that, with the velvet and the actual jewelry and so forth. And the collage, the photographs that have been embedded into the paint and have become a part of it to, you know, portray his life, starting from his childhood, where he grew up, the little house that he grew up in Indiana, all the way to Neverland, and performing on stage, and his family, Catherine and Joe and him as a youngster, and Bubbles the monkey. You know, I had to try to blend it all in as best as I could, and as he kind of evolved. But that's the story behind this work of art. This is an oil painting, portrait part of it, and the rest is all collage and assemblage.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Has art helped you through any obstacles in life? Like, has it lifted you up in ways that, if you were going through a tough time, that it lifted you up? Does that make sense?
Well, art is a spiritual connection. I believe that the art comes through the artist, not from the artist. And it comes from a higher power. Most of us call it God, and that's what I like to call it. So I give all of the glory to God. And I know that that has been my strength and my foundation, that keeps me going. And it's made me strong. And I also am a soloist in our gospel choir. And many of the songs that we sing, sink in the words. And one of the songs that we talk about is the rock of Jesus. So when you stand firm on a foundation like that, there's nothing that you can face that will, that just won't melt away. It just, melts away if you have a challenge when you have that kind of, foundation.
Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for sharing all of your stories and journeys that you've been through,
Yeah,
and also your art.
Oh, thank you. And I wanted to mention again about the gospel theme. I was invited to go back to the Gate where I performed last for A&E Productions, and the last time I did a show there was Cabaret. Right now it's currently playing on Channel 36 starting in October. It'll probably go throughout the rest of this month. I'm not sure the times or the dates, but I was told they took my show and put it on Channel 36, which I was happy to hear about. And now that I've been invited to go back, I decided, since the date that I was given was the 27th, which is actually after Thanksgiving, that I would create every day is a day of Thanksgiving show. And so we're going to go gospel. And like I said, we're going to honor Linda Hopkins, and there will be many others from the entertainment world there that will help me give her this honor. And we'd love to invite your listening audience to come. The Gate is located on Ventura Boulevard, and it is just 1 block west of Balboa. And the doors open at 5:30. And the show starts at 6.
Thank you for sharing that piece of information. Get out there. I hear your shows are phenomenal.
Oh, my website is www.rosebreastcancersociety.org. Thank you.